For the current state of affairs in hurricane claims and the industry overall, here's subject expert Jeff Chernoff, president of Insurance and Trust. What is the current state of affairs when it comes to the insurance industry?
Sure. What I would say is that there were a lot of legislative reforms that occurred in 2022 and 2023, and what we're starting to see is that rates are starting to settle a little bit. Over 100 companies have had rate decreases or rates remaining the same, and so the reforms have been working. That in large part has led to decreases in litigation, which as a result has allowed 11 different carriers to come into Florida that are brand new to the marketplace. So from an overall health of the industry, it's in a really good spot. Citizens is currently at a little over 800,000 policies, where the height was 1.4 million in September of 2023. So we're starting to see some of their efforts work as well. I think the important thing is that people in this community are still hurting. There are a lot of claims that either still haven't been paid or are open, and it's really trying to be there for that part of the community that really is hurting.
And give us an update on that. Give us a status on how many claims from Milton and Helene have been paid, and how many haven't.
Yeah. So what's important to know when I give these statistics are, there are a couple of factors. There are claims that have been paid that are closed. There are claims that have been paid that are open, and so that's an important figure. Additionally, most homeowners insurance carriers have what's called a hurricane deductible, and so that tends to be a larger amount of money to satisfy, and so there may be no payout even though they did have damage and it qualified. And so I believe the numbers are around 51% or so of claims have been paid in some way, shape, or form.
Wow. One of the things that we learned, and so many of the victims that I've talked to from last hurricane season, was the role of a public adjuster. Can you explain that in a way that our viewers can maybe consider that as an option if something bad happens? Absolutely.
So a public adjuster is, so when you file a claim with your insurance carrier, they're going to assign you an adjuster. Sometimes that adjuster is an employee of the company, sometimes it's 1099, but they are there to work on behalf of the insurance carrier. And so oftentimes insureds will want to have a public adjuster, someone that has their best interests at heart and is really interested in making sure that the insured gets everything that the insurance contract states. As an insurance agent, I don't have a particular dog in that fight, but what's important for viewers to know is that the public adjuster will charge around 10%. In non-emergency times, it could be more, just depending on what those factors are, but during emergencies, usually around 10%. So you just have to keep that in mind when you're entering into that contract. They are a regulated industry. They're regulated by the Department of Financial Services, just like insurance carriers and insurance agents and agencies. So they are reputable, but you do want to make sure that you know what the contract is that they're having you sign.
Thank you, Jeff, for your perspective.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lissette.